For decades, Placido Domingo, one of the most celebrated and powerful men in opera, has tried to pressure women into sexual relationships by dangling jobs and then sometimes punishing the women professionally when they refused his advances. Numerous accusers told the Associated Press. Regarded as one of the greatest opera singers of all time, Domingo also is a prolific conductor and the director of the Los Angeles Opera. The multiple Grammy winner is an immensely respected figure in his rarefied world, described by colleagues as a man of prodigious charm and energy who works tirelessly to promote his art form. At 78, Domingo still attracts sellout crowds around the globe and continues adding to the 150 roles he has sung in 4,000-plus performances, more than any opera singer in history. But his accusers and others in the industry say there is a troubling side to Domingo, one they say has long been an open secret in the opera world. 8 singers and a dancer have told the AP that they were sexually harassed by the long-married, Spanish-born superstar in encounters that took place over 3 decades beginning in the late 1980s. At venues that included opera companies where he held top managerial positions. One accuser said Domingo stuck his hand down her skirt and 3 others said he forced wet kisses on their lips, in a dressing room, a hotel room and at a lunch meeting. "A business lunch is not strange," said one of the singers. "Somebody trying to hold your hand during a business lunch is strange, or putting their hand on your knee is a little strange. He was always touching you in some way, and always kissing you." In addition to the 9 accusers, a half-dozen other women told the AP that suggestive overtures by Domingo made them uncomfortable, including one singer who said he repeatedly asked her out on dates after hiring her to sing a series of concerts with him in the 1990s. The AP also spoke to almost 3 dozen other singers, dancers, orchestra musicians, members of backstage staff, voice teachers and an administrator who said they witnessed inappropriate sexually tinged behavior by Domingo and that he pursued younger women with impunity. Domingo did not respond to detailed questions from the AP about specific incidents, but issued a statement saying, "The allegations from these unnamed individuals dating back as many as 30 years are deeply troubling, and as presented, inaccurate. Still, it is painful to hear that I may have upset anyone or made them feel uncomfortable, no matter how long ago and despite my best intentions. I believe that all of my interactions and relationships were always welcomed and consensual. People who know me or who have worked with me know that I am not someone who would intentionally harm, offend, or embarrass anyone. However, I recognize that the rules and standards by which we are, and should be, measured against today are very different than they were in the past. I am blessed and privileged to have had a more than 50-year career in opera and will hold myself to the highest standards." 7 of the 9 accusers told the AP they feel their careers were adversely impacted after rejecting Domingo's advances, with some saying that roles he promised never materialized and several noting that while they went on to work with other companies, they were never hired to work with him again. Only one of the 9 women would allow her name to be used, Patricia Wolf, mezzo-soprano who sang with Domingo at the Washington Opera. The others requested anonymity, saying they either still work in the business and feared reprisals or worried they might be publicly humiliated and even harassed. The accusers' stories lay out strikingly similar patterns of behavior that included Domingo persistently contacting them, often calling them repeatedly at home late at night, expressing interest in their careers and urging them to meet him privately for a drink or a meal, or at his apartment or hotel room, under the guise of offering professional advice. None of the women could offer documentation, such as phone messages, but the AP spoke to many colleagues and friends who they confided in. In addition, the AP independently verified that the women worked where they said they did and that Domingo overlapped with them at those locations.